Good afternoon. How are you today? It's good to see you all. Nice sunny day here in Pennsylvania. I'd like to take some time and talk about some leadership characteristics and traits. Now, remember in a previous message, I talked to you about that gathering skills as a leader, it's not a 1 through 5 step to be a good leader or 10 steps or anything like that, but rather it's a collection of skills. And it's like a golfer. A golfer carries, if you're on the PGA Tour, 14 clubs in their bag. And one would think they'd all be different, right? For different situations. And they use the clubs based on the lie of the ball. Being a leader is very much the same thing, in that you collect skills over time and you carry them in your golf bag. The good thing for you is, and the good thing for me, is that we don't run out of room. We can have as many skills in there as we want. So the purpose of this particular message, and this may go into 2 messages so it doesn't get too long. I'm going to talk about some skills and traits that I think are very important to successful leadership. They've proven to work for me for a long time. 35 years in the corporate world, well, 34 in the management team, and then in the entrepreneurial space since then. So I'm going to just walk through these, make a few comments, and I hope they help you out. All right, here we go. So foundational leadership characteristics and traits. One thing about being a good leader, you want to make everybody else feel important, right? So we want to make others feel important because they are. It's not all about us. It's all about them and their abilities and their ability to be successful in what they're responsible for, right? We want to promote a vision. When we talk with people, we want to continually be promoting a vision, because one of the nice things that does for you, it shows that you know where you're going. And it's a whole lot easier to have people follow you when they know where you're going, or at least that you know where you're going. That's really the important part. I believe strongly in following the golden rule. The golden rule says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So never forget what it's like to be in their shoes. And this is something that I've covered before. Has been very valuable to me over my entire life, because I started my management career very young. I was 20 years old. And when you're 20 years old, you need to remember that you are leading people and motivating people that many times are older than you are. So that does provide a bit of a dynamic. But if you treat people like you like to be treated, you can get over many hurdles of those types. So, and another thing I'm very strong on, and that is we're human beings and we make mistakes. Don't be afraid to admit them. You will be honored for your willingness to admit a mistake rather than giving the picture that you never make one. That's a pretty risky place to be, actually. Okay, continuing on. Criticize others in private. When we're talking with a group of people, that's a great place to be positive, energetic, and encourage the team. If there's something negative that needs to be covered with something, do that in private, not in the public air, right? Nobody likes to be have their finger pointed to while they're in a public environment. Stay close to the action. Stay close to the action that you're responsible for. That doesn't mean you roll up your sleeves and you do the work every day. That's why you have employees, right? But you need to stay close enough to the action so that you can tell if something's going haywire. And you can only do that if you pay attention. And we'll talk about that as we move along here. Speak with confidence. Whatever's going on, speak with confidence. People follow confident people. And sometimes it's challenging. If you're up against something you never dealt with before, take a few moments, sit down, gather your thoughts, and then talk with confidence. And if the only thing you're confident in at that point, for that particular point, is your ability to deal with it, that's a great thing to have. So speak with confidence, even if it's just reflecting your confidence in yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. Good leaders need to be confident in what they're doing. I love this next one. And this is kind of the one that I make as the single overall example of successful leadership. When you influence beyond your umbrella. So all of us, if you're in a corporate environment or even in a small business, you have a responsibility. If it's small business, it's your group. If you're in a corporate environment, it's the business unit that you're working with. But true leaders impact beyond their sphere of influence. So when a group of your peers, and here's an example, if a group of your peers get together and having conversation, which voice tends to stand out? It's the one they have confidence in as well. So if you can influence beyond your umbrella of formal authority, you're a very good leader because you have to earn that opportunity to be in that position. So that's great if you do that. Let's talk about some things about keeping up with life and times, right? Education. There's formal education, right? As an example, to keep up with change, you may have to take some classes. If you're on a journey to be the treasurer of your organization, chief financial officer, and you need to take some courses to kind of like learn what you don't know, then you should do that because it prepares you for more responsibility. And leaders respect people who prepare themselves for the future, right? Continually training yourself. Another source of education is mentors. You want mentors that are leaders. They can be outside your business group. In fact, I suggest that they are, so that you get a fresh view on a topic. You can have more than one. Maybe you need a mentor that's good in sales. Maybe you need one that's good in engineering, depending on what your situation is. Maybe you need one that's got a really good technical background to help you. So you can have more than one. Upper management is a good place if you need to stay inside your business. But you're reaching out for those that are building a business, right? The ones that are actively building, because the fact that leaders have to build and create new leaders, they become great mentors. But you need to have somebody that's like not your immediate manager, but somebody that's above you, that's willing to spend some time with you, right? And you need to make sure your manager knows that's happening. Okay? It's in your best interest. And I believe strongly in this one. It's in Proverbs 11:14, actually. In the abundance of counselors, there's victory. Nobody knows it all. We are wise to spend time with those that know things that we don't know, right? It helps you follow through with one of what I love the saying. Ronald Reagan had this one. He said, surround yourself with good people and let them do their work. You just accomplish some more. Surround yourself with people who do things better than you. You'll be in a good place. Continuing with the education, follow the successful. There is no reason to reinvent the wheel, but you can grease it once in a while. But just taking something that's been done and increasing it and improving it a little bit. And at the same time, excuse me, be willing to change. And let me explain this. I had this happen to me one time where I had taken a new assignment. I'd been there for, I don't know, 6 or 8 months perhaps. And I got the opportunity because I'd been successful. So it's one of those cases, and this happens all the time, where your reputation precedes you. Well, one of the guys I was working with came to me and asked me a question. He said this: if you found somebody that did something better than you, what would you do? My answer was instant. Change, adopt, take the new thing, do something new. Don't get hung up on authorship. If you start something and it's been serving you for a long time, but you find a better way because somebody else did something different, change. Always, always use the best approach and the best skills that you can find. Because when you do that, you actually will exemplify using wisdom. And that's a good thing. I'm going to end this video at this point. I have some more things to cover with you, but just to keep the videos at the right size, So I will come back to you with the next set of these. So again, this is a discussion of foundational leadership characteristics and traits, and I have found these to be very rock solid in my career. So have a great day. Nice talking with you.